What's up, my boss babies? Today we're going to be working with Afsisterwig. They sent over this gorgeous lace wig and I'm going to slay her from start to finish. I've decided on a deep side part. I've heard so much about Aaliyah in the news lately and I've been inspired to do an inspired look. Now this package came with a bunch of goodies, including the wig clips, the elastic band. They gave me some Christmas goodies. They gave me some wig caps. This is the wig on the inside. You get 3 combs in the front, 1 in the back, adjustable straps, and ample parting space. She's straight if you have not noticed. I went ahead and added my elastic band. She's a 360 lace wig, so I went ahead and cut off the back portion of the lace, adjusted the straps. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a powder to the parting because we will not be bleaching the knots today. I've opted for something new. I don't think I've ever used this on lace before, and this is an oldie but goodie as far as bronzers go. Very brown girl friendly. I believe this is the Black Radiance. I'm 90% sure that's the brand, and you can find this in your local drugstore, and it's really nice. But as you guys can see with the wig on, it did kind of tint the actual hair like a nice brown color. I actually like the color, but it wasn't supposed to do that. Now as we're cutting off the lace, you kind of see the dust coming up. It does give a lot of kickback because I did like pack it on, and the color is a little bit deeper than my skin. But if you've seen the intro and the outro, you'll see that I did add a powder on the very top, and that powder is going to cancel it out and make it the perfect color, perfect shade for me. I did for the first time use the razor blade to go ahead and cut off the excess lace, and I found that I need some practice. But this is the parting here. You guys can see it did a great job at you know, tinting the lace. It just tinted the lace a little bit too dark, like a little bit too dark, a little bit too deep for my complexion, which I kind of predicted. I still just wanted to try it. Now this one did come pre-plucked, and I went ahead and just added my little touch and just went behind the parting and kind of broke it up a little bit. A lot of the times when you separate your baby hair and you swoop it and you don't tweeze or pluck, what's left behind the baby hair is kind of boxy. So you kind of just go in and not necessarily want to, you know, completely thin it out, but you just kind of want to break up that boxiness so that it kind of looks a little bit more natural. Now I'm just taking that same eyebrow razor to go ahead and trim down the baby hair. I like it extremely short, about 1/4 inch. I feel like looks the most natural. I'm taking my Got To Be Glue Free Spray, added a nice thick layer, and bonded my wig down. I'm using a rat tail comb to go ahead and seal that in and just, you know, work it and press it into my skin until it completely dries. As we already know, it does not work well on the sideburns, and I think that's the case for most people, but we still try, right? Now here's my mistake. I let the Got To Be Glue, I put too much so it was thick and it ran, and I forgot to clean it up. So you'll see that throughout the rest of the video. I do apologize for that. You can just take soap and water, or in my case I have on makeup, so I'll just kind of dab a little bit of alcohol and kind of just retouch up my makeup. I'm taking the foam lotion, and this is my form of Got To Be Glued, and I took a nice healthy heaping, and here is where I'm going to take an L. I went on top of that with the edge booster. I found that the foam lotion was not really curving the baby hair like it normally does, so I kind of needed a little bit of help and something a little bit thicker. And as you guys can see, I kind of go against the grain and kind of brush it into the hair, and the hair looks a sticky, you know, oily mess. We're gonna finesse this and we're gonna get pushed through it. Now normally you would think, oh my god, I have to go ahead and take it off, wash it, and start over. We're gonna finesse it. I'm not starting over at all today. So I would say this is about 4 inches of parting. It definitely looks like more, but I believe it's just 4. I'll leave the complete details on this one in the description bar, but I just went ahead and cut, or you know, parted out a deep part, and then I made sure that behind that parting, the back of the hair was covering the tracks by going ahead and making a nice part, putting a little foam lotion and pressing that in, you know, with my hot comb. Now there is a lot of body in that bang that I created, so you just take small sections, part it, and kind of just go with the hot comb or the flat iron and just really press that root so that it can lay super flat. You're gonna see in a little bit, I'm also gonna go in with the hot comb because it just wasn't as, you know, bone straight or, you know, super flat as I wanted it. And I was trying my best to use minimal product, considering the fact that I had already messed up in the front and kind of made it a little bit cakey. You're going to see in the end it's going to come together beautifully and it's going to look amazing. So my next step is going to be to cut layers. I feel like with the deep bang, it's like you can't not cut layers. Now you can cut more layers throughout, but I feel like with the density of this wig, I felt like the front was the only place that needed it. If this was a super full wig, I would definitely go in and cut layers all the way around. So once you cut layers, it's a great idea to go in and just hold that bang that you've just created and kind of just, you know, jack it up at the bottom. You don't want it to look too blunt. So you kind of just play with it and kind of just, you know, feather your scissors to make it a little bit more natural looking and not like you just cut this one piece and the rest of the hair looks natural, if that makes any sense. Now I'm just going to bump the ends. I wanted a straight look, but I kind of feel like when I bump the ends, they drop anyway, but it kind of gives a more, you know, complete and uniform look. Here I am going in with that electric hot comb. As I said before, it was flat, but I just, you know, you just keep going until it's perfect. Now I also took that hot comb on the opposite side. I just want everything to look as sleek as possible. So the style has been done, but I just keep primping. Like I just felt like it wasn't looking amazing. Number one, because I made it too oily, and number two, because my braids are way too big. So it does give a little bit of a boxy appearance at the top. I went ahead after the fact the next day and you know, flattened out my braids or redid my braids, and it made for a better finish. But you know, you just continue to finesse, you know, you make your curls, you put a scarf, you do what it takes to make it look amazing, and I think I executed it amazingly. As you guys kind of see, I kind of like the hair's kind of going wonky, so I kind of just take and grab it and kind of twist it around a longer piece of hair so that it kind of like traps it, and then I just hold it. So that way that's gonna hold that there, and that's kind of like the way I always do it. Another way to do it is that we did back in the day. This brings back so many memories because I feel like this was like our go-to style. You take your piece that's in the very front and you go under your hair and you pin it under like the bobby pin, or you just tuck it behind your ear and then you go on top, and that way it stays, and that kind of molds it in a way. So like, even though this is like my actual style, like if I do, you see how like clean and neat that looks? If I do like later on, I'm gonna take it out, because it sits like that, like, you know, all day. When it's time to go to the club and you let it go, it's gonna be perfectly like molded to sit like that. So it's gonna be perfect. So those are just like 2 or 3 of the ways that we used to finesse this look. But I definitely feel like this was the look of the 90s. Even in the 2000s, I feel like I did this a lot. But like in my 12-year-old girl, I used to love Aaliyah so much, and this kind of was our look in the hood. So yeah. But yeah, as far as the hair goes, I did not get any shedding or tangling. It was nice straight hair, and as you guys can see, it holds a curl beautifully. So don't forget to check out Afsisterwig. I have a couple of videos from this company, so I definitely love their hair. I believe the last video I did for them was the burgundy bob, and it was a full lace wig. You guys went crazy for that one. I even did an update on that one, and you guys loved it. So don't forget to check out Afsisterwig. All the details on this wig, all the details and all the items that I used to achieve this look are listed in the description bar for you guys to check out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.